I had something that we had to take care of this past week. I owed something.
You did not have to take care of this.
Listen, a bet's a bet.
Man, was this enjoyable, guys.
I'm Jason Kelce. Welcome to New Heights.
Welcome back. Welcome back. You were supposed to chime in. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to New Heights. Presented by Way Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by the all-new Experience Smart Money Debit Card. The debit card that builds credit without the debt.
How about that?
How about that? That thing's get you one, son. We're your hosts. I'm Travis Cousins, my big brother Jason Kelce out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. And we're actually, we're back to new episodes dropping every Wednesday. So we'll see you guys weekly. And subscribe on YouTube wherever you get your podcast. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S. Check out our official fan club at newheightsshow.com. We've got a special episode for you guys today. We're together here in Philly.
Yeah, baby.
You can't see, we got our gang green on. And Jason has just made his big announcement, and we've got to talk about it. That's one thing that we are good at, is making sure we talk about things. But before that, Jason, tell the people what we got coming up.
We got an incredible episode, everyone. We're, of course, going to get into the retirement speech, everything that went involved in making that decision. We're also going to get the Trav's time down under the house and check out some fan mentions, including a viral photo of a cat that apparently looks like me. Well, it doesn't look like me. It's got a fur, whatever. We're going to talk about it. And we'll wrap up things with some no-dumb retirement questions from the 92 Percenters. But first, as always, new news
coming in hot right now,
so I can actually hit that note. All right, Kelce Brothers Bobblehead night. That's right. We're headed back to the land right after this episode. As of this time, the taping of the show, we are in Philadelphia, but immediately following, we are headed to Cleveland for the official Kelce Brothers Bobblehead night.
This is so cool.
At the Cleveland Cavaliers game. A portion of the proceeds have been agreed to be donated to the Heights Schools Foundation. We grew up in Cleveland Heights, so this is an awesome collaboration and an opportunity to go back, one, watch a Cavs game.
All right now.
Be back in Cleveland, but also, two, to give back to the schools and community that raised us.
Yeah. Dude, this hits home for me because I used to take the Rapid downtown just to go watch Cavs games when I was...
You used to take the Rapid, really?
Yeah, in high school.
That's nice.
And,
Mom used to take it to work every day. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Mom actually used to... Key Bank and then Bank One used to have business tickets at these Cavs games.
Yeah,
I would tell. And once I figured that one out, I was like, "Mom, you make sure you put our name down on every single one of those tickets, and whichever ones don't hit, and we like, even if it was like us versus like whoever was trash, like the worst in the league at that point in time. Like I think the Cavs were kind of the worst, but either way, whoever was the worst.
This is pre-LeBron James.
Nobody wanted to go to that game. I will happily go to that game.
Yeah, you had like Big Z and
Drunas, Ricky Davis.
Yeah, baby.
D. Miles.
This is back when it was the Gund.
Wesley Persons, Danny Ferry.
Danny Ferry. Well, Danny was done by this point.
Yeah, you're right. Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, Carlos Boozer was there for sure.
And then LeBron James. If you guys remember,
I remember actually.
Tickets went up. I didn't go to very many games once LeBron.
There was the Cavs. There were the Cavs tickets, and there was also the. Those tickets also worked for any of the other events. So we'd go to Lumberjack games.
Oh yeah,
we'd go to. Arenas, you remember the one time we went to the Monster Truck Rally?
Dude,
that was dope.
It's electric.
The rodeo.
We need to go to a Monster Truck Rally.
They do one at the Link. I haven't been to one in forever. I don't know if it was good as a kid. I don't know.
Yeah, good point.
Take the girls.
That'd be sweet. Oh, they'd love it.
I think they would. Yeah.
They'd
All
love
right.
it.
Well, what do you think of this bobblehead?
I think it's got your weight a little disproportioned, but
no, it's good. I look nice and slim. My head looks enormous, but it's a bobblehead, so I think that
is this the body type you're looking to go to in retirement?
I feel like if it's hard to gauge because my head's so large. Because that is one thing that happens with offensive linemen when they lose weight, they go too far, and your head. I feel like your head gets bigger when you play offensive line, and it never really shrinks back down.
Mm-mm.
Like my skull has transformed from years of being 290 pounds.
Yeah.
So if I go too light, then I'll actually look like this bobblehead, and I don't want to look like that. Yeah.
It's typically in the neck from what I see. Like because your neck is like that's your protectors.
That's why you got to keep doing neck. You give my man Dave Andrews. Don't want to get a pencil neck.
Dave Andrews, man.
Yeah.
Got the jerseys on. Got your dad. You got your Air Dads on the New Balance edition. I think these are sweet, man. And I wish I could spin a basketball on my finger like this. I cannot.
We tried. We tried to learn that so hard and just never got it down.
The Globetrotters never taught me that one.
I feel like there's a trick that you can learn it. That would be pretty easy. But this is like YouTube wasn't around. Should we try and redo this? Should we finally learn this? I feel like there's got to be a YouTube video out there that like teaches this. I don't think
it's interesting enough.
Okay, cool.
We're really appreciative that the Cavs are doing this for us, and we're going to show up and try and get that place as rowdy as possible, knowing that they got the Boston Celtics coming in town. I believe the number 1 and the number 2 teams in the East right now. Cavs are back up on top, baby.
There we go.
We're also launching a clothing collaboration with the Cavs team shop, the Kelce Bros, Cleveland's finest, which is pretty damn cool. So make sure you check that out, the limited edition merch, when it's available at the Cleveland Cavaliers teamshop.com. CavaliersTeamShop.com.
Am I Cleveland's finest?
Yes, you are.
I don't think that's.
Jason, you are Cleveland. You are literally
Cleveland's
the top
hairiest
of Cleveland's finest. It's like you and Steve Harvey are like, and Jim Carrey. Drew Carey.
I wish Jim Carrey. That'd be a nice one.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Drew's good too. I love you, Drew.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah, it's you 3 right there at the top. And like Jason said, a portion of the proceeds we go into the Cleveland Heights Schools Foundation Initiative, and we always love giving back to the Heights, baby.
No doubt.
Jason ran a 5K. How about that? We ran a 5K, dude.
Walked a 5K.
Was this like the start of you becoming a bobblehead or what?
No, yeah. This was not the start of losing weight. This is so we do our foundation event every year down in Sea Isle that raises money for the Eagles Autism Foundation. But Mike's Seafood has been doing an annual event for 15 years now, I believe.
Ooh, Mike's is good down there too.
Yeah, Mike is the man, and his son is on the spectrum, and they've been doing a lot of things for the autism cause and raising money and awareness for a long time, far preceding us in Sea Isle City in particular. That was actually my first time ever going there, was for the Polar Plunge, which is when Mike does his event every year.
Nice.
So we thought,
You skipped out on the Polar Plunge this year?
No, I did it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
was
did.
That the 5K? The 5K was the Polar Plunge?
So they used to have like a specific time where everyone would go into the ocean together. Now they still have like the plunge, but you kind of go at your own pace, or if you do it, whatever. But the 5K is the only thing that really is like a thing that happens now, the event down there. So we were down there. We wanted to go down there because we have a house down there now, and it's awesome when you take the girls to the beach. You just let them run. We thought, it'd be really cool to go and run in Mike's event and show up for that. So tried running it.
Yeah.
I had my Monarchs. Not the best running shoe, I don't think.
I'll tell you what, you can mow some grass. You could.
Yeah, they're great.
You could lay some mulch.
Yeah, they're great lawnmower.
You could plant some flowers. You could do some handiwork in the garage.
Yeah, not a 5K shoe, but
not a 5K shoe. Running around in those things.
So we started off.
I mean, you can, because you did it, but
we started off running, and I should have known. Like, first of all, we were late. We showed up a little bit late, so it had already started.
Perfect. That's genius.
And I start running, and I'm like, we're like passing.
Did you steal a few blocks too? Did you?
No.
You started.
We started right from we kind of snuck in and still went. And as we're running, we're like passing people. I'm like, okay, we're doing pretty good here. And I should have known at that point, like, hey, we need to just slow this pace down. So we're running, and one of the Hammonds that we're with says, Taylor says that every 20 blocks or something like that is a mile. All right. She just throws that out there. So I'm running, and we hit about 20 blocks, and I'm like, hey, I'm doing good.
The blocks are kind of short over there. I can see that.
It's not the case. I'm going to get to it. So I thought that was where we were at, and I'm like, okay, I'm cruising. This is a good pace. I think I'm going to nail this. I think I'm actually going to be able to do this. And then, like, after we're off of the promenade boardwalk and we're onto the, like, street, they have a line. I think I'm well past a mile, and there's a line. And it says 1 mile. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I know I got to go 3+. And I'm like, there's just no way this is happening. I have given everything I have to get to this point. So I made it halfway. I made it just before halfway. I started walking, then just kept walking because I used up everything. And then ran like the last 500 feet.
Where's our mental toughness?
I was inducing mental toughness through that mile. It was hard. I'm not built for this. There's also like this weird, I feel like the same way with swimming, where Like older people have this ability to just get in this gear where it's actually like slower than if you walked, but they can just maintain it.
Yeah.
And I can't maintain my run.
No.
Like I'm like in this gear.
I think you get that after 50. Like once you hit 50, you find that zone.
Like I'm like watching people swim. I'm like, how are you even like staying afloat with how slow you're going? Yeah. I don't know how this is like possible. But they outlast me.
You're just buoyant.
It's literally like I'm just living the tortoise and the hare. The movie The Tortoise and the or the story of the tortoise and the hare. Like that is like what old people are to me in any conditioning event. Like they're going to catch me because I'm going to get tired. So and they're still.
So you got smoked.
They haven't drowned
yet.
Mr.
Magoo running past you. You're just.
I got smoked by every old player. It was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. Pickleball and 5Ks are not something I can compete with old people in.
We got a good tweet from you after Fox Sports NFL tweeted out, Jason just ran a 5K to raise money. You said, in quotes, ran is a generous verb for what
it's
occurred.
A wrong verb. Not generous. It's incorrect.
But we had a blast. And I'll tell you what.
I think my time was 45 minutes.
The fact that you just said you did, Jesus, 45 minutes for 3 miles?
I'm telling you, it was a bad... I think
you're not passing Roxborough Elementary's gym class.
If I would have known, I should have checked the route out and known exactly how far I was going, because then I would have like stopped earlier and I could have
mind fucked you. Mind fucked you.
I went
and you were checked out
hard.
after that.
Yeah, and then once I got to that level of fatigue, and like I was just overheated. My carburetor was steaming. And I was
well, you finished strong because you ran across the finish line.
Well, yeah, you got to finish strong. You can't just walk across the finish line. I'll tell you what's not like, good.
I don't know why it's reminding me of this movie that Sinbad was in as a kid.
I know exactly
where
what is that
running
movie.
The race and then just hits a right hook into like the houses.
Gosh, what is that movie?
Goes and sees the double arches and goes and gets McDonald's in the middle of it. Oh
I
my
cannot
gosh!
remember
I
that
could just
movie.
see you just.
I know
running.
exactly what you're talking about.
Oh man, it's a good one.
If there was a McDonald's, I might have stopped. It was early.
There's no Mickey
I hadn't
D's.
had a breakfast yet.
There's no Mickey D's on the over there in
Seattle.
Seattle.
And then after we ran it, we went to the beach right off the street that our house is on, and went in the water.
And plunged. Nice.
Did a little plunge.
Shout out to Mike for doing this thing for, what is it, 19 plus years?
15.
15.
Yep.
I'm sure it'll get to 19 sometime.
Yeah, I mean, it's not stopping.
Sometime within the next
It's not
5
stopping
years.
anytime soon. So
shout out to Mike, man. Can't wait to get some that seafood when I'm on the aisle this week. All right now.
There we go. Well, I had something that we had to take care of this past week. I owed something.
You did not have to take care of this.
Listen, bet's
boy,
a bet.
Man, was this enjoyable, guys.
There was an agreement made, a pact agreed to, and
what's the pact?
Well, the pact was if the Bills beat the Chiefs in the New Heights team name competition.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That I would have to jump through a flaming table. It was time to pony up. So we have an outstanding video here where you guys can check out how that went down. It was exhilarating. It's not at all like the way the Buffalo Bills Mafia jumps through tables. This was a very safety first.
I can't wait to hear Bills Mafia. Just look at the comments and just see you get torched for this.
Why would they torch me? I jumped through a torch. Why would they torch me?
You're like bubble wrap, dude. You were like the safest human being to ever jump through a burning
I thought it'd
table.
be fitting because the Steelers then knocked out the Bills. So wearing
Dad's
steel mill clothing, attire.
AKA it kind of makes sense and it's safe. So you were like, yeah, I got it.
Listen, I didn't want to catch on fire. If I would have been 20 Miller Lights deep or whatever beer of choice.
I was about to say, you had a few beverages to get the nerves to calm down.
Listen, 20 beers deep. If I would have been 20 beers deep, I would have jumped through that thing with my T-shirt on, but I wasn't 20 beers deep.
We were riding to the firehouse, and you literally said, I'm going to jump from the top of the fire truck. And in my head, I'm like,
I thought that was like
that's
reasonable.
A 15-foot jump, dude.
I don't think it's that
jumping
high.
From the second.
I think it's 10 foot.
Jumping from the second floor onto a fucking.
I think it's 10 foot.
Dude,
but
no way.
Dude, I got up on the top of the one truck, which was shorter than the fire truck. And immediately was like, man, I'm not worried at all about the fire.
Shaking. You started like cat out a little bit. Like, let me make sure I got my bearings here because this is.
The fire was the least intimidating part.
Is this a little too high, guys? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's perfect.
Yeah, you're trying to egg me on.
Oh, dude, what? I did not. I wanted to see that. That would have been electric.
You wanted to see me break my hip on the concrete?
No, tuck and roll, Grandma. Tuck and roll.
Dude, it's hard to tuck and roll when you're going through a table. There's objects that are preventing you from rolling. No, that was it. The fire was the least hard to figure out. Just wear a bunch of flame retardant stuff. They gave me the little the firefighter hood thing, the fire department hood deal to protect my face, and then they gave me gloves. So I felt very confident with the fire.
I was about to go skiing.
It was jumping through
flames.
a table on concrete. Like if we would have done that in the middle of the snow, I would have jumped off the truck. But
I hear you.
I looked at that and I was like, dude, if I'm gonna break something. I wanted to land on my butt, and I'm like, I'll break my tailbone if I jump from 10 feet in the air.
That's how you break things. Is you get worried about it. You just got to send it and athlete it, man. You know it.
I don't think that's how that works.
When you're a kid, you just athlete it. You're just like, dude, I could jump from this garage onto this trampoline.
Either way, it happened. The table broke. Bet is paid.
Shout out to Bills Mafia.
It was electric. I will say it was exhilarating.
It was, and
I
enjoyed every bit of watching you do it. The build-up was hilarious. The questions, the safety briefing with the fire marshals. Oh man, that was.
Please, if you're gonna jump through a flaming table, do it safely.
And find your dad's steel mill fire retardant stuff. Man, that was hilarious. Yeah, we play Buffalo next year at Buffalo. Are we gonna run it back? You gonna?
I mean, listen, coming out of the Big Tree Inn, I'm not going to say no to anybody with a flaming table. I'm just letting you know that right now.
You heard it here, folks. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we did. Let's get some fan mentions of the week all right now. First up, we have a saga of Jason and cats.
Why will they not leave me alone?
What do you mean? This is destiny.
They know I don't
They
want
know
anything
you're
to do
getting
with this.
one, and they want to show you how much it makes sense. There was a viral tweet going around of a cat with a pattern on its back that the internet decided looks exactly like Jason Kelce. And
I want to see a zoomed out photo. I want to see a zoomed out photo of this cat, and it's not going to look like me at all.
You cannot.
It only looks like it because they cut it and they took a picture where it looks like a beard.
I'm not going to lie.
Zoomed out, it doesn't look like me.
Do you think they?
Hmm?
Do you think they?
Do I think they what?
Do you think they dyed it?
It does look weird that there's like a white part of the cat and then there's like this weird light tan.
I think they might have.
I mean, I don't put anything past cat people.
What do you mean, cat people? You're cat people. You're cat people. You grew up with one.
I did.
You're a cat people.
We had a great one.
Gosh, Flash was a fucking legend.
Cat, she was perfect. The only time she bothered you is when she wanted to sleep with you.
Yeah.
And she really, like, other than that, she didn't want you to touch her.
Dude, do not, broad daylight, do not try and fucking play with a cat.
Dude, you would just hear sounds from outside at night.
Get it.
Like two cats fighting, and you knew Fat Flash was beating the crap out of somebody. Yeah. Sorry to whoever our neighbors were. I never saw Flash with a scratch on her.
Not a
But I heard her fighting, saw dead rodents, saw her kill a bird midair once. I'm pretty positive I remember this happening. I was sitting on that green couch looking out the back of the living room, and I just see her looking like this. I'm like, what is Flash doing? And that bird got a little too low once, and she jumped up and clawed it mid-flight. It's the most impressive athlete I've ever seen.
Cats, dude.
DK Metcalf is a close second.
Jason Peters, close second.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. I think Jason might be able to claw a bird out of midair.
Guaranteed.
Did you ever see that guy catch that one bird in his hand?
Talking about Manu Ginobili? Manu Ginobili caught a bat mid-game.
I don't remember this.
Mid-game.
Oh, I do remember. He double-handed it, though, right?
No, I think he just, he kind of like, dude, it was nasty.
Okay. Yeah, back to the cat, though. It's got nice fur. I mean, it can be anybody with a beard.
Dude,
the way
you
the
just got excited
shown.
about Flash, it sounds like you're getting a cat.
The reason I don't think this looks like me is it doesn't have, the eyebrow game is weak. It's a weak eyebrow game. Want to be a Kelce, you got to have better eyebrows.
I can't say it wrong. You gotta have that, yeah. You gotta have them brows connecting, especially ones be Jason. Next up, a lot of the 92%ers saw that Princess Kiana.
Hey,
Kai went out to Milan's Fashion Week and are wondering how Jason possibly managed to watch all three kids while she was away. From @cat and a bunch of fucking numbers on Twitter or X. Can we get some new heist clips of Jason watching all three girls while Kylie is rocking Fashion Week out in Milan? Or do we think Kylie left Wyatt in charge?
I mean, Wyatt's always in charge, really.
Always.
You try to not make her be in charge. Like, I try to discipline her. It is, it's just hard.
Dude.
It's hard to reason with somebody that has no reason.
Dude, she is one of my favorite people to just
She's great.
people watch.
She's great, yeah.
I love just people watching her. And watching her play with Elliot is so adorable.
Bringing
but
flashbacks?
it is, yes, it is 1,000%. Dad gets him one of Elliot's birthday gifts was airplane guns. It was like little
I don't even know
foam,
how to describe this.
little foam
Where he
airplanes,
found it, but,
foam airplanes that you put on top of a gun and you
shoot
basically and you. When I tell you, the girls were going nuts, and it started off with Grandpa Dad in the yard saying, "Hey, if you guys can hit me, you win. Like you get like a popsicle or something, like something encouraging."
Sure.
So they were both firing at Dad, and it's sure enough, it ended in Dad going inside, being ecstatic that he just got the girls something that they absolutely love.
Yeah.
But then it turns into whoever's in the yard is the target.
Right.
And
it's driving range. The guy's out there getting the balls. Hey, I'm not practicing on my 9-iron anymore. I'm going right at this motherfucker.
Little Elliot on her birthday runs down there to go retrieve her planes to come back and do it again. And sure enough, Wyatt's locked and loaded. And she's running just.
You see her tracking?
No, don't hit your sister. Be careful. Do not hit your sister. As I'm saying it, she keeps tracking, finally stops. Douche. Boom! Right to the side of the head.
I didn't know it was a headshot.
To the head. And I mean, like, oh no, Wyatt! I said don't do that. The slow turn.
Just the
and
joy.
The smile, the joy of her going straight to the dome. It's like, this girl's got it. She's got it.
Yeah, Ellie's going to be tough.
Oh, yeah. Ellie was having a blast. She cried for about 2 seconds, then was right back to shooting it. Oh, man. Back to Kylie rocking.
So this is why Kylie did not leave me in charge of the girls, because there'd have been plenty of that.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, Kai killed it. Absolutely killed it. I forget who she was. Who was
Alberta Ferretti.
Hey, all right, now Alberta. So you were in charge.
No.
Yes, you were. You were kind of in charge.
No, I wasn't in charge.
So you just handed them.
I was not alone with the girls for more than 2 or 3 hours at any point in the weekend. Grandma stayed over. Kylie's mom. Thank you. Shout out to Lee. She's a saint.
The best.
I could handle Ellie and Y. It's really the baby, the infant, that for some reason I'm just not as adept at handling.
Yeah.
I try.
You can't communicate.
I also just don't wake up. Like I sleep.
That's a Kelce trait for sure.
Yeah. And then sometimes I actually do wake up, but I act like I'm still sleeping. If I'm being honest.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. Don't tell
We
them.
all know. We all know.
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, we had our babysitter, Lauren, and Lise were pulling lots of extra time duty to help us get through that week. Really happy Kai was able to go out there, and I mean, she doesn't get any time away from the girls, really. And then between Vegas for the Super Bowl and then
all the
Milan
playoff
Fashion
games
Week.
and everything. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Nice.
She went out there with her friend, Elena Groh.
Elena.
Mike Groh was a coach in Philadelphia. Shout out to Mike. And Elena is his wife, and they became close when she was in Philly. And now she got into fashion in New York City, where Mike now coaches for the Giants. So, yeah.
Right on. If you were to go to a fashion show, would you?
You can stop there.
Dude, you've been to a fashion show.
What fashion show did I go to?
87 running.
I went to an 87 and running event that happened to have a fashion show involved with it. I was there to support Travis and
you dressed
the
up,
foundation. Though. I was there to help you raise money. I was not there to be a part of fashion.
You still went. It still counts. You heard it here,
played
folks.
a prank on me with Lefko.
Oh, that was good.
Tried to make me look like a douche.
Lefko had a great idea, and it was right. It was so perfect.
Yeah.
And you're such a good dude. You're so much of a good dude. You couldn't tell. For those of you that haven't seen this, long story short, Adam Lefko, great friend of ours, hosted the event. Before the event, he wanted to play a little prank on Jason when coming in. acted like everybody and their mother signed this jersey. Michael Jordan.
I should have known. Like, why would Justin Timberlake sign a
Jerry
Chiefs
Rice?
jersey?
Like, we just basically forged everyone's signature and told Jason.
But in the moment, I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool.
This is a great
going to raise a lot of money.
It was so good. But we told him he had to sign it. And as he's signing it, the waitress comes in with wine to pass around and accidentally bumps into Jason, pours it over. Jason thinks, oh,
she did not bump into me. She's just like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But playing the prank, Jason then gets accused of spilling the wine. We have this video somewhere that we could probably show. I'll make sure I ask
the only one in the room with her when that happened. And then I forget what she said, but she acted like I was the one who spilled the wine.
Like, yeah, Jason spilled it on there. And Jason's just sitting there like, I don't know if that's how it went down.
In my head, I'm like, man, I really don't want this woman to if she's saying this, she's worried about losing her job or something. I'm like, fuck it. I'll eat it. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, whatever.
It wasn't a serious
in my head,
enough.
I'm like, man, it's pretty shitty by you, but I get it.
Oh man, yeah. So we'll make sure we get that clip to you, but
I'll be all right.
Yeah, that was Jason's only time ever going to a fashion show. All right, well, that was fun to remember.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kai over there in Milan.
Killing it.
Kai's killing it. Oh, that might be a new segment.
Kai's killing
it with Kai.
She did start like a TikTok thing of like places Kylie has no business going. I think that's what it was.
God damn it, that's about as good as Jason getting out of the house right there.
Yeah, I had to be tagged it because I just still don't. I've never been on TikTok. Hey, for our last mention of the week, some 92%ers wanted to remind us that our first ever National New Heights Day just went down February 30th.
How about it?
That's right.
It's short-lived.
Midnight on February 29th. That is National New Heights Day. The only problem is I forgot. Did you forget?
1,000%.
I remembered in the middle of the day, and then by the time I got night, it was like late, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to sleep.
I really don't even remember. I might not have even been in the country.
That's how you celebrate National New Heights Day. Sleep.
I don't even know what day it was.
I think it was like Tuesday maybe or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't wake up on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we have from at the Otter Side on Twitter.
Everybody knows everything happens on Mondays and Wednesdays. Nothing happens on Tuesdays.
Tuesday is a very forgotten day. So at the Otter Side, that's right. Most of you are walking around thinking it's March 1st, but it's actually February 30th, National New Heights Day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce, for commemorating the special day for all the 92%ers out there. Thank you for the New Heights team for remembering it's National New Heights Day. Shout out Jets
team.
Jake. Yeah. So, that's all we got for that.
Make sure you guys let us know how you guys spent your New Heights Day.
We'll see you in 4 years. Is that when leap years are every 4 years or 5 years? 4 years, right?
I think it's
4
leap years. So it's got to be multiple, right?
All right. It's time to shout out our next sponsor, Buffalo Wild Wings. That's right. We've talked about how much we love B-Dubs on the show countless times, and I think we're about to love them some more, Trav.
Ooh, talk to me dirty.
Because they have 2 sauces that we need to try.
You heard it, 92%ers. Right now, for a limited time only, Buffalo Wild Wings has 2 honey sauces that you need to get your hands on. Jason, tell the people about these unbelievable sauces.
The first one is honey sriracha.
Ooh.
Who doesn't like a little
sweetness
and a little kick? Everybody loves that. A little sweet and spicy combination of flavors that gives a little heat followed by sweet. That's what the sweet heat means. And then the second is B-Dub's honey garlic.
Ooh, I don't know.
Sweet and savory. That's I don't know that I've ever had that, and I'm interested. I was in when you said honey.
I was in when you said B-Dubs.
Yeah, I was in it, honey.
All right, now 92%ers. Remember, these honey sauces are only available for a limited time, so make sure you get to your local B-Dubs. Get to that Buffalo Wild Wings near you and try them before they're gone.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss out on these. Again, make sure you head to B-Dubs now to try their honey sriracha and honey garlic sauces while you still can.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go, Sports Bar. Let's talk about our sponsor, Shady Rays. Shady Rays is an independent sunglass company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with a premium polarized shades that won't break the bank.
Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for an all-outdoor adventure. Shady Rays also has a ton of styles and colors to pick from, so finding your next pair of shades is easy.
And if your shades go missing in action, MIA, or take a hit, don't sweat it. They've got lost and broken protection, so you're covered from day one. Listen, this is how you get people. I love this.
This is good stuff. And if you don't love your shades, exchange or return them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. It's literally trial and error.
Exclusively for New Heights 92%er, Shady Rays is giving their best deal of the season. Head to shadyrays.com and use code New Heights for 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
Not right now.
This year, the easiest healthy habit to start is one for your dog. That's because it doesn't require anything for you to do other than to put it in its dog bowl. The Farmer's Dog makes feeding real healthy dog food easy and convenient, and your dog is going to absolutely love it.
The Farmer's Dog makes and delivers fresh, healthy dog food right to your door. It's developed by vets, nutritionally balanced, and made from real meat and veggies to safety standards of human food.
The Farmer's Dog isn't just fresh, high-quality food. They also send their food pre-portioned, specifically for your dog, based on their unique nutritional needs.
And it doesn't matter if your dog's young, old, it's always the right time to begin investing in their health.
Get 50% off your first box of fresh, healthy dog food at thefarmersdog.com/newheights. You also get free shipping.
Just go to farmersdog.com/newheights to get 50% off, and that's farmersdog.com/newheights. Out of the house, getting Jason out of the house. All right, now we are for some time of our favorite segment, Jason leaving his home and going.
No, this is you.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, Travis. Travis out of the house and down under the house.
Down under.
Out of the House is brought to you by our friends at Accelerator Active Energy.
Yep.
That's right. Accelerator Active Energy drink is now available on Amazon. Can I get another one? I already ran out of this one.
You want another one of these guys?
You know what? I'm going to switch it up. The Tropical Punch is good, but
I got you.
I like getting a little mix in there. Before we get to talking all things retirement, Travis traveled down under, and we got to talk about it. Trav, what the hell is your life doing right now?
Dude, I have no idea.
Yeah.
A lot of false media being tossed out there, but
it is.
I'll tell you what wasn't false, and it was when I landed in Australia and seeing all the cameras and
you're like the Beatles.
Yeah, I went into the FBO.
Yoko Ono.
I'm like the Beatles. Yoko Ono. Was that Speed Skater? That's Apollo song.
Are you thinking of Apollo and like Anton Ono?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious. Oh, God, that's good. Yoko Ono. Oh God. No. I don't even know the full story of Yoko Ono. I know that she was with John Lennon, and that's about the extent that I know. But yeah, she might have been a figure skater, actually. I mean, who knows?
Speed skater.
Sorry.
All right. Well, dude, it's
Okay.
it's a wild ride. It's a wild ride. But I will tell you this: Australia
Loved it.
did not disappoint.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was amazing over there. I only went to Sydney. Got a lot of friends that I've met over the years that are out there in Melbourne. Definitely want to get out there and see you guys and see what Melbourne has to offer. But I'll tell you what, Sydney was it was a beautiful city.
Yeah.
The layout was very, I want to say similar to Miami, but it has a lot of intercoastal, and it was cool to see, I don't know, just the layout of the land over there, let alone the zoo and seeing all the exotic animals. And
Dude, the zoo.
It was fun, man.
We got to get to that.
Yeah.
What?
The zoo. Oh,
Were there just drones above your heads at all? Like, where did this footage come from?
No, there were full-on helicopters just flying around.
A helicopter?
Yeah, they helicoptered us. Well, not us.
That just
Taylor.
seems like how much?
Yeah, they don't. This is all because Taylor's the biggest and the best thing possible.
Yeah, of course.
Tell you what, though, the kangaroos were pretty sweet. Got to see a red panda up close and personal.
Red panda?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
Dude, it looked...
I feel like they look like raccoons more than pandas.
But
right?
it looked like a friendly raccoon. You know, some raccoons can look just fucking.
Well, I think
like,
all
I'm not fucking with
raccoons
that
are
thing.
like, hey, they're kind of cute in the face, but you know that they got like claws and
this
their
little guy
hands
was
are like.
He was friendly.
I'm not messing with a raccoon.
Yeah, no, you're gonna You're going to fuck with the red panda, though. Those things were sweet.
Yeah. You don't think it would attack you if you went in the cage?
Mm-mm. One of my favorite things is the zookeeper, the one showing us the red panda was like we had to go in a cage just to go in to like see the panda in like the panda area.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, now make sure that door's closed. And when you get out of here, quickly close this one because they are escape artists. And I was just like, this thing just got so many brownie points for me, dude. Like, oh,
it's kind of got
so
like
how many times has this thing gotten out? I'm just like,
it's kind of got like the little mask.
Is it
like
daily?
Raccoons. It's like
they're sneaky individuals.
What, dude? We just because raccoons are sneaky too. Is it anything that looks like it kind of has like a built-in mask? just
stealthy.
Yeah, it's like
makes sense.
Nature naturally knew to like. I have wondered this. So back to the zoo.
Yeah.
I've never been to a zoo in another country. Are zoos in other countries, do they have animals of stuff that's in like North America? Like, are there like white-tailed deer in the Australian zoo?
Oh, no. No, I didn't see it.
Like
everything was
a
still.
Bald eagle?
I don't even know if everything, like, yeah, I saw a crocodile, which is fucking way bigger than an alligator.
I think alligators are, I don't know if they're like only in America, but it's like most other places is crocodile. Alligators like unique to, I believe, the U.S.
Okay, thank God, because that thing was enormous.
Saltwater croc, yeah, they get pretty big.
And it looked orange.
It's a living dinosaur. What it's like a moose or a bear, like grizzly bear?
I didn't see anything over there, no.
They just had their own animals?
We're the only ones.
What's the point of going to the zoo if they just got...
No, they had some...
you can go see kangaroos.
They had some animals from Asia. The 2 elephants that I saw just got out there, I think, in 2019. They were from Africa.
All right, so they got the elephants.
Yeah.
Giraffes?
Didn't see giraffes. I think the zoo was a little bit more new than the big, like, Steve Irwin zoo out there. So they're just now starting to get some
cool ones?
Yeah, but saw a tiger sitting up in a treehouse. That shit was fucking sweet. I ain't gonna lie.
There's a treehouse?
Yeah. Saw a lion up close.
I saw that photo.
Dude.
What'd that feel like?
That, when you hear that, because I would like, taking a picture. Yeah. just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let alone one. You see 3 of them like run down from like their like rock.
Their perch.
Their
whatever.
perch.
Yeah.
Like knowing that they're about to get fed.
Pride Rock.
You see how fast and agile that thing is?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, it's over.
I'm not messing with cats.
Over.
Don't matter what size.
You could tell one was like the big bad. I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
That's a bad
animal.
That's a bad man right there.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a fun one. And then we got to enjoy the Taylor Swift show.
Did you feed any of the animals?
Yeah, I was just telling you. We fed a red panda, some what are those little the enormous sized hamsters. It starts with a C.
No, koala's not a C.
Definitely fed some koalas some eucalyptus leaves.
Yeah.
Capybara, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Capybaras, the things were like they had like literally
like
the teeth
kinda,
the size.
right?
Yeah, the teeth were like the size of my fingers, just like right here in front.
It's like a little rodent, oversized rodent.
It was enormous, and it was crazy how like heavy it was and how athletic it was for sure.
Do you think Winnie could have taken it?
Nah, dude, those things were vicious.
I bet Winnie would fuck that thing up.
The things were quick, dude. It's more athletic.
No chance.
All right.
Dingo.
Yeah, we fed some dingoes.
Nice.
At least I think they were dingoes.
Emu?
No. I saw one.
Ostrich?
Yeah, I saw one.
Is she an emu or an ostrich? Which one?
I think it was an emu.
Honestly, ostrich are just bigger than emu, but they kind of look similar, right?
Yeah. Got them wangs, but they ain't going nowhere.
A little heavy to get up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, what else did I feed? The eucalyptus leaves to the koalas.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't doing anything. They were just chilling. That's what koalas do. They just chill.
Do you smell the koala's breath? Does it just smell like eucalyptus at all times?
I didn't smell anything.
Nice.
No. It just smelled like a zoo the entire time.
So like shit?
Yeah. I was petting a rhino.
You pet a rhino?
Yeah.
How is that not the fucking thing you lead with?
That's a good point.
What did it feel like?
It felt terrifying.
Yeah.
To be even in the same pen.
Did it feel like a leather jacket, or was this like
just
something
got done running around in mud? Like me petting it was like me like putting my hand on a like plastered wall. Like, dude, that thing was rock solid.
Yeah, it's an impressive animal.
Yeah, no, and it was jumping around and stuff. It was real playful. So they're like, all right, you got to watch out. It's real playful right now. I'm just like, what? So I gotta catch it in like an even day.
Yeah. How was it?
You can't be too happy, you can't be too mad. Just kind of, well.
I feel like, I mean, just got to watch out for the horn.
Dude, those things are majestic, man.
Yeah, it's a big animal. That's cool.
Thing is, you could tell how heavy that thing is and how it could just fuck you up.
You just sidestep it, though. It's probably not very agile,
when
right?
I tell you that thing is agile.
Oh, yeah?
Quick, too.
All right. Yeah, you also went to a Taylor Sidney show.
I did. Sydney did not disappoint. I'm pretty sure the crowds over there are they're already rowdy group, right? The Australians are pretty rowdy. They like to have a good time.
Yeah.
I like to have a good time. Gosh, they were just like a little bit louder than the Argentinian crowd.
Okay.
And I was not expecting that because Argentina was
loud,
fucking loud.
Yeah.
And they were into it, and so was Sydney. So Taylor's very fond of performing in Australia because of the crowds over there and how into it they get. So.
Yeah. Awesome.
Shout out to Australia for showing out. All right now.
One of the things that everybody liked to point out was your and Ross's attire. Did you plan out to look like Bluey and Bingo?
I came downstairs from the hotel and I saw him and I was like, God damn it.
You knew you were going to get the Bluey
immediately. No, I had my outfit on. He had his outfit on. We were going to the car at
you guys look great
on time.
Yeah.
They're like, can't change now. And we're just going to have to eat this one.
Eat what? You guys look fantastic. You look very Australian there.
We look like you and Marshmallow at the Chiefs after party.
You feel like you look choreographed. Like it's like it was planned and it wasn't planned.
It wasn't.
Bluey is a tremendous show.
It's all right.
So
shout out to Bluey. There were a bunch of other ones that were pretty good. The M&Ms was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Well, it also looked like there were a lot of Travis Kelce jerseys among the fans out there in Sydney.
There was a few. There's a good amount of
clips here.
American football crowd out there. And I think just like Taylor fans, so they wanted to show their support.
Have you? How do you feel about your jersey being worn all over the Eras Tour?
It's pretty fucking cool to just have your jersey being worn.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just on a day or
I think it's cool.
at a football game.
I only asked it because it's in this clip. I mean, I don't care.
Right now, I guarantee you there's people out in Philly right now wearing your jersey. Guarantee it.
Well, yeah, I just retired yesterday.
Yeah, well, every day is a Jason Kelce day in Philadelphia now.
Okay. Then after Australia, you went back to Vegas to continue celebrating your Super Bowl championship.
All right now.
Why back to Vegas? You guys haven't had enough of Vegas yet?
No, and this had been something that we talked about as a team. Like, oh man, when we win in Vegas, we're gonna go back and like have a good time, do it right.
Yeah.
Hit the
AKA
casino,
gamble and go to the casino.
Yeah, because we couldn't do any of that. Those of you that don't know, the NFL doesn't allow you on when you're going for the Super Bowl. They said no casinos. But even if we're just playing the Raiders in a regular week, if you're there on business for the NFL, you can't gamble or do anything fun in Vegas. And essentially, we wanted to have some fun, so we went back as a team. They made some World Championship belts. I got all the WWE ones, but this one was pretty cool. Hoisting the
belt,
the World Boxing Championship.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Who had that on them?
I did. Yeah, I did. Because
Where'd you get it from?
I'm the world champ. I don't care what.
Is this an actual
anybody
official?
says about it just being an American sport or I am the world champ.
Until there's another, football team that can even like remotely compete with an NFL team. I don't think that it's a competition. Yeah,
I'm with you. Either way, that was pretty cool.
I'm the world champion.
The win always
sitting on my couch with sandals because nobody does it better.
We got to get this man a belt. We got to get him a belt. Somebody make him a sandal belt. Yeah, so we went back, had some fun. We had been talking about doing it all year if we got a chance to win the Super Bowl again, and sure enough, those memories you get of the aftermath with the guys is stuff I'll remember for the rest of my life, man. I think you've done it, but the teams are never the same, and
even when you repeat, it's
even to this day. A handful of decisions have been made with the Chiefs, and a few guys aren't with us. And I wanted to make sure that I got every chance to enjoy this with those guys immediately afterwards. And it was definitely well worth it, man. It was definitely well worth it. We had a blast, had some fun, and then I went to California and got caught going to Nobu at the same time as Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, you guys had dinner together.
No, we didn't. But if I would have known that him and Olivia were there, I would have sent over a drink or at least came over and said congrats on an unbelievable season. Got so much respect for that guy and obviously all the 49ers that we played. And, if I would have knew he was there, I would have definitely said hello. But I didn't see that he was there. And sure enough, TMZ's throwing it out there that
it's remarkable. It really is. There's such a rush to get things out there.
They're enjoying us even saying that it wasn't.
Yeah, it's
real.
Just
they're
still
enjoying
attention.
it's attention to them, and they just love attention.
Listen,
so.
Kylie apparently is pregnant with our 4th child. It's a boy.
What? No way.
Yeah. No, it's
Kylie. You what?
In this made-up universe. Thank you.
You guys made a baby in Milan.
That's right. If she got pregnant in Milan, we got some things to answer here. That photo of me, Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover, like it's crazy. There was like a 3-year-old video of Wyatt before a game this year. The announcer made it seem like she was playing center, and I'm like, she was reacting to the combine. Like, what do we? Like, people just will say anything that gets some likes or clicks, and people don't vet anything.
Throw it out there. It's fucking ridiculous. So don't believe everything you're reading, especially on what I got going on.
Apparently, leaving the country.
I'm staying in America.
Yeah.
America will always be home.
Yeah. Congrats on not having dinner. We need to shout out one of our sponsors, and that's probably because you see us drinking it all the time. And that is Accelerator Active Energy, of course.
You know the deal, guys. And if you guys have been looking for ways to accelerate your fitness this year, look no further than Accelerator Active Energy.
That's right.
Jason, I see you sipping on that Rocket Pop. I got the Tropical Punch.
Nice.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about what Accelerator has to offer?
Accelerator Active Energy has 0 sugar. That's good for my calorie counting. Gives you sustained energy. That's good for the exercise I'm going to do. And gets your metabolism going. That's good for my weight loss. It also gives you the enhanced focus you need to accomplish anything, like maybe give an important speech or record a nice podcast with your brother or try and wrangle 3 kids and 2 Irish Wolfhounds. Although, if I'm being honest, nothing quite gives you the energy for that.
All right. Now, plus, there's nothing like those signature plant-based thermogenics to give you the energy you need to record the podcast every week of the year.
You can find Accelerator Active Energy on Amazon. If you're a longtime listener, you might know I've been drinking AG1 for over a year now. It provides the daily nutritional support I need and fills in any gaps in my diet when I'm operating at my best.
Since 2010. That's right. God damn, over a decade. AG1 has led the future of foundational nutrition. And most importantly, it's simple and effective. AG1 is a nutritional powerhouse. Just 1 scoop mixed in water once a day, every day.
It's that easy. AG1 has become part of my daily routine because it gives me a peace of mind that I'm hitting all my nutritional goals and needs. When people ask me if there's one supplement they should take, my answer is undoubtedly AG1.
AG1 supports physical and mental recovery by replenishing key micronutrients, so you're always ready for those back-to-back training days, man.
If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.
Go to drinkag1.com/new heights. That's drinkag1.com/new heights. Check it out.
It's time to talk about our partner, Experian. Everyone has the go-tos in life, just like a quarterback has a go-to receiver, or a receiver or tight end has a go-to end zone dance.
And off the field, people have all sorts of go-tos as well, like go-to snack, drink order maybe, or a karaoke song. How about that? I'm a big karaoke guy. Jason, what's your go-to karaoke song?
Man, you know I'm a total eclipse of the heart. That's
you already gave it to it. Give us another one.
Give you another one. Colt 45 by Afro Man.
That's
Colt 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. We go to the pond after dark. Smoke that tumbleweed. Your finances are no different. And if you want to take control of your credit and your finances, your go-to is the free Experian app.
What makes the free Experian app your financial go-to is that it has what you need right when you need it, like tons of free tools at your fingertips to help you take control of your credit and finances.
Plus,
You can get all sorts of awesome free things with the Experian app, like your free FICO score and free access to the whole marketplace of credit card, loan, and insurance options, all matched to you.
So go to the App Store and download the free Experian app now. Experian Boost results may vary. Actually, they will vary. See Experian.com/boost for details. All right, now, that does it for Out of the House. Let's get to what you guys have been waiting for. After 13 years, dude. Man.
It's a long time.
7 Pro Bowls, 6 first-team All-Pro seasons, 193 total games. Holy shit, that's a lot of football. 156 consecutive starts, which is a record. Just one of those.
Well, Eagles record.
Records are records, dude.
It's not a world record.
And a Super Bowl champion with the Philadelphia Eagles. You have officially decided to hang them up, dude.
Yeah.
And we couldn't be more proud of you, man. But
thanks, Trev.
We got to talk about it.
Let's do it.
The retirement speech was one for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen it, grab a box of Kleenex before you do it. The guy poured his heart out as he does every single time, talking about the things that he loves, and it was beautiful to see how grateful you are, how the memories that you've gathered over the years with the people that have gotten you to this point in your life. And it was well said, man. It was a beautiful thing. It's been less than 24 hours since you've made the announcement, but how does it finally feel that it's out there? Does it feel relieved or?
Yeah, I think it's been a long time coming. Obviously I've debated retiring for the last few seasons. So I think it's it got to the point where I knew that that's what I wanted to do, and it was nerve-wracking getting to that day. But a lot of the things that I said and kind of, shared are things that I wanted to share for a long time, and you wait for the moment where it feels right to do it. A lot of those things were notes that I've compiled throughout my career. I take notes on my phone, so it's just kind of like plug and play.
Idea. I need to start.
It felt good to finally get it out there in some ways. In other ways, it's still hard, and it hurts.
It didn't look easy.
It's weird. It's not like it's easy or hard to say it. It's more just hard to come to grips with the finality of it. But I was hoping I had said it enough times that I wouldn't cry as much as I did. I think it's good to show emotion through it, but I was sobbing before I even started. So that was not a good. You
definitely set the tone.
Yeah.
You set the tone for definitely the entire family, let alone everyone listening.
Especially the beginning portion of it got broken up a lot, but obviously, proud of all the people that were there and, what they've meant to me, and wanted to share that. And, yeah.
Who helped you the most in deciding all this, man?
In deciding whether to keep playing or not?
Yeah. What was the biggest influence helping you?
Me, and I think that's how I knew. In previous years, I would reach out to other guys, hey, how do you know when you want to stop playing? Or, Stout, what do you think? And the reality was, it was more firm than it's ever been this year, that I just don't think physically I can compete at the level that I want to anymore. And really compete the way I want to. My elbow and my knees. It's just gotten to the point where the deterioration and the recovery from that deterioration it hasn't really manifested on game day yet, but I know it's going to start doing that. And I'd really rather not. I'm hard on myself. And if I go out there and I'm not the player that I want to be, it'll crush me. So I feel very confident in the decision I've made. I know that it's time. I've had a really good run, and but that's the biggest reason why.
Was everybody in the facility leading up to this moment dude, don't do it?
I think everybody knows. People want on some level. People want me to stay there.
Was it like Wolf on Wall Street? Like, dude, he's not going to really do it, is he?
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, everybody just wants what I want at this point, and I think people still want me to play if I want to, but if you don't want to, you shouldn't do it. And the reality is, I don't want to do that anymore. And sure, there's parts of me that want to. Like there'll always be parts of me that want to go out on game day and play and want to compete and want to be there with your teammates. Like that stuff will never go away. But just the physical portion is at a point that it's not a desire to continue to do, and not something that I think I can do and be happy about it. So yeah, it's over, and that's good. You know, I think it's certainly terrifying in some ways because, you know, I've only really played football my whole life.
Yeah.
So we got to try and figure something else out. Luckily, this podcast and all of our fans and everybody there's some opportunities now, and that's great. But at the end of the day, it's still a new chapter. I'm incredibly excited about what could happen, and also nervous about, you know, what life is going to look like now.
Walk us through that outfit of choice.
Yeah.
Was that your press conference outfit? Is that like you wanted to go into that thing?
Yeah. So I guess I start out the day. That's the first choice you got to make. You know, you're like, all right, what am I going to wear to this thing?
Who am I going to dress up as?
It's like suit and tie is what most people wear, and I'm like, that wouldn't feel right. Like I don't think, you know, for me, I don't think
it's not a wedding. You know,
well,
it's the only time I've ever seen you wear a suit and tie.
I'm wearing a suit and tie when I have to, and that's about it. And I'm walking through like, okay, do I wear like a Cleveland Heights shirt? Do I wear like an Eagle shirt? I open one of the drawers, and this is like a shirt that has holes in it, and I've worn and practiced and did every year. I've lifted weights in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? This shirt in some ways was a part of this journey with me more than anything else in this closet. So I'll wear this. Then we got there, and, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but my trainer, one of the trainers at the Eagles, has been battling cancer all season long, and he's been there my entire career too. Joe Appella. And
shout out Joe.
Thankfully, he's in remission. They don't have any signs of it.
Yeah, Joe.
They're still gonna, I think, do an operation to, you know, really make sure. But he's looking good. But he wasn't able to tape me for any of the games this year, and he's taped my ankles my whole career. So he taped my ankles for the press conference one last time.
Nice, man.
So I had ankle tape on with sandals. So yeah, that was what went into, I guess, the attire.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Joe. We'll see you at Seattle, dude.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you he hasn't drank at all. He's gone completely vegan, cut out alcohol completely to try and, you know, really give his body the best chance of fighting it off with chemo and everything. And it's worked. Yeah. But he's asked the doctors, like, can he have a beer on St. Patrick's Day? And they're like, there's no evidence to say that you can't. So
nice.
We're going to enjoy some beverages for St. Patrick's Day.
Have a nice look. Yeah, just one beer. Never hurt anybody.
Or two.
Well, the speech was unbelievable. As good of a football player you are, man, a professional speaker is, I mean, it's got to be in the next line of work, whether it's here on the podcast or you running for president, whichever one you want to do, I'm sure you can do.
Well, yeah, it's easy. I think it's really easy to give speeches when you are just reciting what you lived and what you've experienced. I don't know that I can, you know, go up in front of a corporation and give a speech about that, you know what I mean? For me to just recant all the people that have been really meaningful in my life and all the experiences I've had with my teammates in the city, like I'm just reciting history. So to me, it makes it easier. And I felt the same way about the parade speech. Like I didn't say anything up there that wasn't, like I didn't make anything up. It was all out there. So that's what makes it easy. Like to come up with like something off the cuff that I think it would be a lot harder. So this one was easy to write. Yeah. I'd already written it for like 13 years. Like I said, I take notes. I would wake up at times and have these thoughts in my head and just jot them down. Really, the only thing I had to do is figure out the order when I'm putting everything.
Did you did that? Was it just you, or did you have any?
So I read the first draft to Brett Strosacker. He works in our media department with the Eagles. Well, actually, I read the first draft to Kylie, and then I read the first draft to Brett, and both of them had like, oh, should you put this person in there? Should you put that person? Like I don't know if you should make a big dick Nick joke. And I'm like, fuck you. And
dude, it was so good.
I text Nick to make sure he was okay with it. And he was like, of course he was like, it's like, yeah, you can tell everybody. Yeah. But the surprising one was when he said, I asked Tori, and Tori, his wife, and Tori gave the okay. That was the surprising part. I was like, okay, all right, Tori.
Nice.
All right.
Thanks, Tor. Everyone enjoyed it. A lot of people are saying it was their favorite part of it.
Yeah, so I think you kind of, you start with a framework. I decided to go chronologically for the most part and save the most meaningful people and stories and messages for the ending portion, while reciting some memories of the most impactful things that happened throughout my career. So kind of settled into that framework, and then, rewrote it a few times, changed things up, added things here and there. I think the section on you was like, I changed that day of like, hey, I'm trying to think, like, I got to say more about like growing up with Trev, like what else? And I'm like, oh yeah, like playing in the backyard, like, we played multiple Super Bowls before we ever left the house. Like, we envisioned ourselves being Jim Thome, Carlos Baerga. Like, I think so that stuff kind of went in last second.
I still am trying to be Carlos Baerga.
Yeah. I mean, he was
Kenny Lofton, you name it, dude. The whole Guardians. If you were a sports figure in Cleveland, we imagined ourselves.
The 90s Indians were huge, though. Those were the teams in Cleveland. The Browns left in the 90s, so we didn't even have a football team.
Yeah, just became a fan of the game.
Well, I was a fan. Jerome Bettis was my guy. The bus.
I was a Favre guy.
Jerome Bettis and Mike Allstott were, and then Brian Urlacher, Ray Lewis. You were who?
I was Favre.
Yeah.
Huge. I thought I had a cannon like him too, man. Doggone.
You did. You could throw it. No, you could throw it. Before you tore your labrum, you could chuck that thing.
Now that we got some more time, is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to that you
I don't even want to do that. I don't want to do that right now because there's going to be people I'm going to leave off if I'm just randomly ripping that out the top of my head.
Delete that.
Yeah. No, listen, there's a lot of people I want to thank. Teammates and like so many people have reached out since yesterday.
It's been so cool to see
everybody. I have texted nobody back because it's a lot.
That a boy.
I'm dreading having to try and get through all these. At the same time, excited because there's a lot of meaningful people that have texted me and reached out. Listen, this is why football is so special. Unlike any other sport, especially offensive line, like this is what's crazy. I am a center. Like I make no plays on my own. My job is just to facilitate an environment where other guys can make plays. And, I'm still being celebrated and talked about on a level. And I think that's awesome for the other guys that play my position and for the other kids that play offensive line. Like it's largely been an unheralded position for a long time. And in some ways, I think the offensive line symbolizes the sport better than anything else. We're all ultimately relying on the guys next to us and the coach and what they're calling and, the systems you're running.
The
and
physicality of the game.
It's such a dependent game. There'd be too many people to thank and try and hit by listing off, all of my teammates and coaches and people in the building and, T. Roy, our janitor, Tony, it's ridiculous. And, tried to limit it to really just like the people that for sure made like a very pointed impact. And then of course the head figures at each level, that's the beauty of football. It's the most complete team game that there is
ever. Yeah.
In my mind.
And man, we love teaming up. Well, we did not talk about much of your retirement, and I wanted to make sure that you didn't feel any pressure from me to keep going, knowing I wanted you to keep going. I wanted you to keep playing this game.
Why didn't you tell me this? I would have changed my mind.
No. I didn't. You've always been a step ahead of me in
I'm older, Trey.
in this game. Yeah, but it's in this game alone. You've always been a step ahead of me, and it's always been like I've had that flotation device right there, and it's to have you out of it, man. It feels empty, and it definitely it feels like it's complete.
Mm-hmm.
It was a success.
I hear you. Yeah.
It was a fun-ass journey to watch, and And like I said yesterday, man, I just appreciate you showing me the way and bringing us all along the journey with you, big guy.
We showed each other the way. Yeah. I think I appreciate it. So. Listen, I'm out of playing, but I'm still going to be, I'm still going to the games. Like I said, I've been, you've been playing for a long time on your own, and I look forward to being able to appreciate and watch your games more and take in the bigger picture of football and everything that it has to offer. While still remaining local in Philadelphia. Like, I'll never not be there, but definitely looking forward to, I don't know, it's a different chapter. And in some ways, I'll be able to experience more things and do things that I've never done before, which is exciting.
Well, it was just, it was cool being the tag team
hey!
of the National Football League. Pretty cool shit. I didn't talk to you about it. I let you kind of do your own thing, and I could have been more proud listening to you yesterday. And it's just it's been a lot of emotions, a lot of sad emotions, a lot of exciting emotions. I mean, you got the fucking world in your palm right now, dude, and you got 3 little ones that I know you're dying to watch grow up, and it's just a lot of future. Exciting future things that we have to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And it's so back to the speech. Can I see the Kleenex real quick so I can just get over this thing real
I'm
fast?
sorry, I would be crying more, but I wasted all of my tears.
Yeah.
But
I got plenty of those.
I'll probably break down here at some point.
You hit the intensity of the Philly fans, man, and it was awesome. You hit it spot on. You've been spot on with it your entire career. Here in Bernstein, Jason, your guy, tell you that Philly's an awesome city. You're gonna love it. You embodied that place before you even knew you embodied it, and your toughness, your desire for excellence, your drive to be the best and not settle for anything other than that. The way you talked about the Philly fan base was so spot on, and it just it honestly, being here in Philly, for the past 13 years, I feel like I've become a part of this sports town. It's so random. I was a huge Flyers fan growing up because of Eric Lindros and John LeClaire, and for you to come in here and become idols like that for kids has been pretty damn cool. Did you always want to make the announcement alongside the Eagles organization? Was that kind of like in your mind to like stay a Philadelphia Eagle your entire career? Or?
Well, yeah, you want to. I mean, I've been very blessed to have that opportunity. I've even talked about it in the speech. That almost didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things that need to go right for you to stay in one spot. The organization has to want you. Financially, it has to work out. And then you got to want to continue to play in the same spot. And I think it's really hard to do in any sport in today's age. Like, it just is very rare that both of those sides and the financial thing line up for your whole career.
Yeah.
So it was a goal. I talked about it. We saw everybody leaving Cleveland. Did Big Z ever play anywhere else? That's the only guy that I think. Zadrunas might have been the only one.
He was the only one.
It's not like, listen, I still love Jim Thome. I love Manny and all the guys that played in Cleveland, but it's there's something that happens when somebody leaves that I think is, especially as a kid, it's awkward or different wrapping your head around it. And, I've been very lucky and fortunate to stay in Philadelphia, and it was certainly a goal, and I'm happy that it happened.
Was there any other way that you were going to do this announcement? Like, were you gonna like jumping through the table? Were you just about to all right, I'm done, and then just like jump on the burning table?
No.
Did it ever cross your mind you were gonna do it any other way?
No, I think I wanted to do it at the facility in a press conference with people in the organization there. I think that felt right. There's too many of those people that were a part of it just as much as I was. So yeah, that was the only way I ever envisioned it.
Well, you talked about some of your favorite moments in your speech, obviously, and you had some great shout-outs to the 879, your parade speech, Coach Sirianni sending you the kegs, and, of course, Nikki Foles and the Philly special. Did you ever do you think that any other retirement speech, past or present, will ever mention a teammate's
schlong?
How should we put this? Hammer?
Sausage? I mean, I hope not. I hope it doesn't become like commonplace that everybody's just referencing
like,
this.
All right, who's got the biggest day? How can I thank him?
It's just so legendary. I felt like it needed to be a part of it.
Yeah. Dude, it was so perfect because it was very emotional. You do a great job of keeping things light and fun, and
yeah,
that was such a good fucking
mix
line.
in some moments where people can have a laugh here and there.
Got to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that was an iconic moment of the Super Bowl, and Nick and Doug together somehow decided to call it trick play on 4th down, and it ended up being one of the biggest plays in football history at this point. So
yeah,
that had to be in there. It was in there. It wasn't as colorful at first, and I was like, screw this. Let's
full send.
Yeah, let's
Jason
go.
Kelce style.
Let's go.
It's the only way to do it.
Come on.
I think there was, I don't want to say a little bit of doubt, but there was a little bit of question of whether or not you would get or transpire in the league as you did in college, like to become as successful in the NFL as everyone. There's that question for everybody. When I saw you taking snaps with Michael Vick,
yeah, man,
that put you in heroes world for me. Like
Dude,
it kind of dimmed down and like dimmed the lights on like the stars that we imagined growing up, that holy smokes, like they're in the NFL.
Yeah.
You made it more achievable for a guy like me, knowing that we come from the same place.
Yeah.
We're at the same school. There's questions, but at the same time, you're still performing even with the best that do it in the National Football League that we look at as gods.
Yeah, well,
because they're the best to ever do it.
Everybody asks, like, when did you know you were going to play in the NFL? And that's when it becomes reality, is when you see people like you had me because I was older. But I had, Trevor Canfield, Barry Cofield, Marty Gilliard, Haruki Nakamura.
Connor.
Like you see these guys that you practice with every day start to play in the league, and you're like, hey, I competed with, these guys in practice every day, and now they're getting a chance. So then it becomes a reality that you're going to get an opportunity. And I still remember the first time I snapped it to Mike. The first two quarterbacks I snapped to were Michael Vick and Vince Young, like two absolute freaking legends.
Dude.
It might have been Mike Kafka too. Not as much of a legend.
Yeah,
but
Mike.
I love Kafkes.
Yeah, Mike. Way to get in there.
Yeah, it was incredible. That was the first moment where you're like, holy shit, I'm snapping the ball to the human highlight reel. Like, what is happening right now?
The experience.
This changed quick. And it was really quick because my first year was the lockout year.
Oh, yeah. So you didn't even get the mini camp.
We had no off-season.
Yeah.
All off-season, you had to be away from the club. And they lifted it for like a couple weeks for like the first either day or 2 day guys that were drafted. But any third day guy or undrafted guy, like I showed up, like a couple days before training camp started. And I got the playbook then.
That's
and
so
I
insane.
met those guys for the first time at training camp. And then I'm snapping it to them. I'm like, what the heck is going on right now? This is crazy. Lehigh Valley.
Yeah. That was a memory. I'll remember that day forever, man. I was running around UC showing the picture because that's all I had was a picture of it. I didn't obviously no video of it or anything.
Asante Samuel's like revving up the crowd because there's a bunch of people that it was free to come. And like the first time I hit a sled, and this is what was cool about Lehigh, which, the dorms sucked. You guys still go off campus, but we stopped that a long time ago. But I mean, the first time I ever hit a sled, it was like, fat dudes drinking beer right behind me, like cheering me on. I'm like, this is way different than Cincinnati. Like,
over there in the higher ground.
We had like paid people.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Stout was a major part of your speech. You quoted him a few times, thrice if I remember correctly, and of course ending with the hungry dogs run faster, baby.
I'm still hungry. I can't run fast anymore. That's the problem.
Oh no, dude. I'm
a porch dog now. Like that basset hound, just friggin'
letting everybody know when someone's coming.
That's right. She still got some bark, but not a lot of bite.
Yeah, obviously you talked to him a lot throughout this entire retirement question, even before this year. Are there any other did you talk to him after and just have any actual closure? I know what he meant to your career.
We've talked about, Stout and I have talked about. I mean, we've shared, tears and words at the end of the last 4 seasons because we didn't know if it was going to be over or not.
Yeah.
So I think it's, we've talked about a lot of this stuff already. It's the first time we've really talked publicly about a lot of it. And to be clear, like I harbor no, like I said in the speech, I would have gotten rid of me too in 2016. Like I played really bad to start the season, and I don't know that there was enough good tape at the end of the season to warrant keeping me in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stout really firmly believed that I still had enough strengths and upside, and he really firmly believed if I stopped putting my hands up high on these big fat fucking defensive tackles that I would stop getting pushed back. And sure enough, he was right. Early in your career, and like early in your career, especially before my sports hernia surgery, that was a big turning point for me because you lose a little bit of strength when you have that surgery, I think.
Yeah.
And, early in my career, I was undersized, but I was very, very strong. And I could get away with muscling guys who were bigger than me. And after that surgery, and then after we went away from the tempo offense, so the big guys weren't as gassed all the time.
Yeah.
Things that I was doing that weren't good technique, but getting away with caught up, and they caught up quick.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think Stout really saw that. He was like, dude, I don't care if you're 400 pounds. If your hands are up here, you're going to get thrown into the quarterback, right? Get your hands up under him, play
Lift
with
him.
leverage,
Yeah,
right?
Take him off the ground.
And if you play with leverage, you can survive in this league at the weight you're at. Like, that's not the issue, right? You have the hips and the strength to anchor at an undersized as long as you use, physics.
Yeah.
So it's, he really firmly believed that. And we saw it wasn't like all off season. It was unique. Like we started that transition in the season and it got corrected at the end of the season. Like we played Baltimore, and Baltimore, huge big defensive tackles, big guys.
And
it's one of my,
2016.
Yeah, and it was one of my best games of the season. So you can survive with proper technique and things at a lighter weight. And I think there was questions from anybody who isn't as involved on that because they're like, they can't guarantee I'm going to fix this. But I think Stout saw the corrections happening, and there was still the upside of my athleticism and downfield blocking and all the things he wanted to utilize as well. And, my ability to make calls and do all that stuff. Like that's a big part of the game that he didn't want to lose. He was the pivotal guy that really convinced people, I think, to not move on. And credit to them for trusting him. You know what I mean? Like, listen, that's a big amount of faith to put in a position coach. Like, there's head coaches, there's GMs, there's the
scouts,
scouts. Like all these people are like, man, I guess we can trust Stout for another year.
Yeah.
Well, and luckily it worked out for everybody involved.
Hell yeah, it did.
And we've all had our ups and downs. I mean, I mentioned in how he was, he was in the other side of the closet that one year. Like, Stout has had his ups and downs, and that's what life is. That's what the NFL is. There's going to be these down times. You guys saw that this year firsthand. Halfway through the season, nobody thought you guys were winning the Super Bowl, and you guys had the fortitude to stick with it. And Eagles are dealing with that right now. One of the things that I'm like very much like, I don't like. The one thing that I'm disappointed about retiring right now is I'm retiring when the Eagles had potentially the biggest collapse in the history of the organization. Not potentially, probably the most.
No.
And the reason I say that I'm upset about that is I really, truly think the Eagles are going to ball out next year. I think all of those guys, there's still a tremendous amount of talent there.
Mm-hmm.
They've hired 2 really good coaches that are going to be able to offer a new perspective and look at things with a fresh lens. I think Jalen Hurts is a tremendous quarterback. I know it wasn't a good end of the year for him or for anybody on offense.
Yeah, there's no doubt in that.
But there's still so many pieces. There's plenty of cap space. I know how he's going to make some moves to improve the things that need to get fixed.
He always does.
I just really think there's going to be one hell of a bounce back from the Philadelphia Eagles next year. And it really pains me that, I'll be a part of it in some way. Like I'm still going to go down to the facilities. I'm still going to help out in any way I can. But I'm also going to be doing other things, and I'm not going to be on the field doing it with those guys, but I can damn sure at least appreciate it from afar. That is one thing I'm really upset about the timing of, but it is what it is. It's just, I'll have to enjoy it in a different way.
Yeah. Well, those, yeah. Well, Stout had an amazing thing he threw out on the Twitter X. Jason, some of my fondest coaching moments have been by your side these past 11 years. I'm so proud of the player you've worked to become and the legacy you've built. I'll miss having you by my side. It's been an honor, and I congratulate you on the incredible career, man. And it was cool just hearing him last night at the dinner and hearing him say, how happy he was that you're in a good place and that you're there for it. And man, just got so much respect for that guy. Do you have any Stout-isms? And we've been talking about this. I mean, we heard 3 quotes. We got to get these Stout. We got to get you, Lane, Jordan to just, and even bring in JP. JP's probably got some good Stout-isms.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask enough guys, they'd all remember, enough of them.
Yeah.
And some of them are just so, like, off the cuff, and they're hilarious in the moment. I don't even know if I'll say it, but, like, he has this one thing that he has a bunch of, like, there's, I said the 3, like, no man is an island, majority strength from others. Hungry dogs run faster. Oftentimes the easy way is the wrong way. That's like pounding salt up a fat lady's ass when it's a hard run play to run into a good defense. I don't know why that makes sense, but it kind of does. Not the most politically correct at all times.
He's a gem, an absolute gem.
There's a lot of other ones that are more politically correct, but I can't think of them right now. Those ones stick out really hard. Lobster man. If you're like using your hands, if you're just like laying them on top, like they're like claws, like, I'll have to start jotting down some of the ones. It's like, I don't know him from Adam's House Cat. Like, who the fuck is Adam's House Cat? Like, what are you talking about, dude? He's got so many just like off the wall.
Keeps it fresh, baby.
Dude, it is
Keeps
tremendous.
It fresh.
No doubt.
Well, shout out to Stout. Appreciate you always having my guys back, man. Let's get into what's next is retirement edition of We Gotta Ask, But You Don't Gotta Answer, all right?
Mm-hmm.
First things first, did you finally get rid of or clean out that fucking locker?
I mean, somebody did.
They cleaned it up for you?
I think
like,
that's the thing. When you're done playing.
They just threw it in a U-Haul and it was like, hey, it's down at the storage unit.
When you get done playing, they move that stuff quick. They got to make room. So the locker is, for the most part, cleaned out. I actually didn't go and check it if everything got moved out of there yet, but it is definitely clean. They can finally clean the carpeting underneath all the boxes and stuff that was piling up. There was still a bunch of jerseys, and I owe so many guys jerseys. We've talked about that before. Like, I gotta send out probably
to the team. Yeah.
Like, probably over 20 jerseys to guys that I owe them to.
Dude, I owe the entire Patriots tight end unit jersey, all 3 of them. Yeah. Farrell Brown, Henry.
So maybe that's my next.
I love you guys. I promise you, I'm gonna get them out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them out. Yeah, obviously you don't know exactly what you're doing over the offseason other than becoming a full-time cattle farmer in Missouri.
Full-time. Yeah.
Do you know how you're going to spend some of this time coming up this offseason? Or?
I don't. I think I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do during the season, whether that's...
Touche, yeah. Get ahead on that.
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to be a full-time coach, but is there a level that I can help out the team still or help out young guys, whatever, figure out if there's a role there.
Coach Kelce, you just need to
stopwatch
and a whistle, dude. An advisor. I can see it. Your
I'm not a big
shirt's
visor
already
guy.
tucked in.
I am a tucked in shirt guy. I don't know why, but feels right. I look forward to doing stuff that's not football. Like I've been so committed to the sport for so long.
36 years.
You really like. It's embarrassing when your wife knows how to do more housework around the like I can't. Her dad's an electrician. She can fish wires. Kylie can fish wires and like.
Jason, you don't know how to.
You know how to fish a wire?
Yes.
When did you ever fish a wire?
When I was connecting my speakers that Aunt Judy gave me, I started cutting and tying.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like in walls.
No.
Yeah, this is
never done that.
That's what I'm talking about. Like she's like she could like put in a new outlet if she wanted to.
It's probably a step ahead of what.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
So yeah, I don't.
Well, shout out to Kai for being the handyman around the house.
I like experiencing new things, and I've always wanted I like to show forge and fire. I want to go to a blacksmith and make a freaking knife. I think that'd be fun.
Count me in on that one. Don't do that without me.
You want to go?
I want to make a sword. Yeah.
Well, a sword is a whole nother undertaking. I don't know that we're good enough to just go in there and make a sword.
We can samurai sword.
But you make some metal hot enough, you can
you
can pound it into an edge.
I want to
You want a samurai sword? You want to go straight to like the most complex
I want
thing?
a fruit ninja in real life.
Let's go do it.
All right. You grow the fruit, I'll get the samurai. Is there a player you're glad that you'll never line up against ever again? Mine was J.J. Watt when he retired. I was like, thank God that guy's out of here. Fuck. By the way, J.J. hit us and was like, dude, we got to get on the ice.
I want to go.
And I saw him out there on the ice, and it looked electric.
Yeah, he was doing some one-timers. Dude. Yeah, it was good. Ironically, I reached out to a guy that's given Wyatt skating lessons before, and I think I'm going to get out with him, Wyatt and Elliot, out on the ice.
Nice. Get him going early. We're about Wyatt's age.
You might have been. I didn't start skating until I was like 7 or 8. I started a little bit later than what you would ideally want a kid to start at. I tried to get her out earlier. She was like 2.5 when I first got her out there. Mm-hmm. Too early. She was
not fucking with it.
She was terrified, and
yeah, so was I.
I think it'll help that I can go out with her now too, though. Like I'm going to go out on the ice, and I think if Dad's out there with them, because it was the same thing like gymnastics. Like gymnastics, she wanted nothing to do with the trampoline. And the moment like Kylie and I are there with her, like then she's into it. But yeah.
Nice. So no player that you're like?
I mean, Aaron Donald, I guess. Like, but I didn't really line up against Aaron that much. Like, there were players that were hard to line up against, but oftentimes those are the guys that you liked playing against the most. Like,
I hear you. Biggest challenge.
Yeah. Well, it was just like, it meant a little bit more. I mean, there's guys that kick my ass for sure, but, that doesn't mean that I didn't like trying to beat them.
It's just what you had to do.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Like, it sucked losing some of the reps, but when you won the ones, it meant that much more.
Did you give any advice to Cam Jurgens?
I mean,
think he's a pro. He's a pro's pro at this point, right?
Yeah, he's going into his 3rd year, and I'm, listen, he's a friend and a teammate. He always will be. So I'll always be able to offer advice, and talk to him. I think, he is going to be an incredible center. I really do. I think he was great at guard for us last year. His traits are going to be very, very well used at that position with Jeff Stoutland in particular. I don't think, as much as sometimes, some part of me, like, it'd be nice if there was a drop off of the position. It's like, yeah, that was really good. It's not going to happen. He's going to step in and do great. They got to figure out guard. And, they drafted Steen last year. So I don't know how some of these free agents and contracts are going to shape up, or who is or who isn't. But you got Suopeta, Jack Driscoll. There's a bunch of guys that could do it. I'm sure they'll bring in new players or already have.
Yeah.
There's still the draft to come up. So we'll see who ends up claiming that right guard spot. But the line is in very, very good shape. That's just the reality of it. And Cam's going to be a tremendous center. And barring anything happening, he'll be good for a while for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, can't wait to see Cam step into the role, man.
Yeah.
On the list of your career achievements, though, I mean, where does this one rank? The Eagles misspelled your name when you got drafted on Twitter. Did you know this?
No.
Yeah, they when they announced the tweet of you getting drafted, the Eagles, #Eagles, select Jason Kelce, Kelsey, from Cincinnati with the 191st pick. Completely botched your name, and now you're the greatest player to ever play in the Eagles uniform. Where's that at? They know how to spell your name at least now. It's probably going to be on the stadium at some point.
I firmly like that. Most of my career had to be earned, and I mean this. It is crazy how I'm overrated I am.
Shut the fuck
dude.
up.
Listen to me, dude.
You're so ridiculous.
I'm not even close to the best Eagle in my time with the Philadelphia Eagles, like Fletcher Cox, Jason Peters, Lane Johnson.
Away from any of them, dude.
Just listen to me for a second. There are so many people that have meant more to wins and losses and have been better players.
Maybe in the stat book.
Not just the stat book. Like, I couldn't block Fletcher Cox one-on-one. Like, it's a legitimate thing. So it's
that's fair.
But I do know that the credit that I've gotten has been because of the work that's been put in. And you know, they didn't know how to spell my name back then, but they know how to spell it now. And I like the fact that they didn't know how to spell it back then.
Yeah. All right, so it's up there. Sweet. You had a great joke in your speech calling Darren Sproles 4'8".
Sproles, he reached out to me. Yeah, he did. He reached out. He's like, God damn it, Kels.
We love Sproles, man. He's 5'6", just for those of you.
It's a roster height.
Yeah.
Mighty Might.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Electric. Human highlight reel, man. And hypothetical, a team calls you, only wants you to come in on 4th and 1 and run the tush push. Would you sign that contract?
No, I wouldn't do that. But there was a piece.
The one play you're like, fuck it, thank God I don't got to run that again.
There was the idea of like, hey, do I just like, because I could probably still play a couple games. Like, do I just sit around and wait
till playoffs
start? Because a lot of guys do that, and more power to them.
I hear you.
But, you know, then you're like waiting either for an injury, either you're like waiting for somebody to get hurt.
I'd have guilt.
Exactly. Or you're just going to like, you know, they're going to pay me to be like a backup guy and I'll get like another shirt bowl or.
No, just going into.
Yeah. So for me at that point, I'm like, you know what? I want to be proactive and just completely go off. So that was something that I thought about, but definitely not doing it. And I look forward to getting skinny. We're going to get to that here in a second, I guess.
All right. Well, if you could do it all over again, would you change it?
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Not even this last year.
I hear you.
Well, I take that back. I'd take a Super Bowl for sure. But,
Touché.
you know, everything happens for a reason. You know, I've been very, very fortunate with all of the teammates and coaches that I've had. And, you know, I wouldn't have wanted to play anywhere else, be with anybody else. So I wouldn't change any of that. I might change, like, you know, I'm not perfect. I've made plenty of mistakes that I, looking back, would have done differently. Or, you know, I've been an asshole. I've been a jerk. Like, I'm like, this is the reality of life, right? And, you know, I think overall I've been pretty good, but I think for the most part, there's always something you look back on and you're like, man, I could have been better there.
1,000%.
So,
trust me. I know.
No.
I just did one in the Super Bowl. All right, that does it for We Gotta Ask, but you don't have to answer. And lastly, there's been an outpouring of love from the Philadelphia community since you made the announcement, really from the entire world. And your teammate Darius Slay chimed in with an idea you're absolutely not going to love. But everyone else is so fucking on board with it. March 4th should be Kelce Day in Philly. The man is a true legend. Shout out to Big Play Slay. I'm on board, and I'm pretty sure Philly's on board. So it sounds like you have an official day, whether you like it or not.
You know damn well I do not support made-up holidays. Slay should know at this point too, but
I'm going to trick you into fucking having a beer randomly on every day of your life.
You're not going to trick me. You just offer me one,
on
whether
March,
it's
or every year,
whatever day it
life.
is, for the most part. Yeah, I don't think we should do this for sure.
Yeah, I think there should just be like maybe another mummers parade, not just on the first of the year, but the 4th of March,
Yeah.
and everyone dress up as your mummer.
As my mummer?
As your
the Avalanche String Band's mummer suit?
Yeah, like have you ever seen those videos where everybody throws on the T-Rex suit?
No.
And runs?
I think I know what you're talking about, actually. It's like the air inside of them. Yeah. Those are funny.
Ah, man, a bunch of Jason Kelce's running around. Maybe a running of the Bulls?
I mean, I've always kind of wanted to go to that.
I mean, you went through a table. What else? What's next? Everyone has to run in flip-flops?
I mean, you wouldn't touch a rhino.
I'm not fucking getting in front of that thing. Fuck that.
Well, you
dude,
just gotta, all you got to do, you don't got to outrun. You don't got to outrun it. You just got to outrun me.
Hey, you already know. I'll go swimming with sharks as long as I'm not the only one in it. I can outswim somebody. Ceremonial keg stands. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can get into, and we will get into it. March 4th, officially Jason Kelce Day, Philly.
No, it's not.
Let's get
Don't
this
do
thing going. Mayor, sign it up.
This is not a thing.
Put it on paper. Moving on, it's time for some special retirement edition of No Dumb Questions, because there's no such thing as dumb questions, just a bunch of dumb people and a retired dumbass. All right, so No Dumb Retirement Questions is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, wings, beer, sports. Let's go, sports bar. See, we do have rhythm.
It's nice when there's not a delay on
we
the
do
stream.
have rhythm. Still can't harmonize, though.
Should we try?
No, I'm
Go,
stuffy.
you start.
La.
Nailed it. I knew it was the streaming. It's all about Riverside. They got to get their shit fixed.
Zach Brown. We're coming, dude. We're coming. We're on our way, dude. All right. From at Cornelia Last Gurley. Cornelia Last Gurley. Am I saying that right? Cornelius Gurley.
Cornelius T. Gurley. Yeah, I think that sounds right.
Cornelius
Gurley.
From wherever. Don't know where you're from. At No Dumb Questions. Once you guys eventually retire, will you keep rooting for the teams you play for, or go back to the fans of the Browns since they were your OG team?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Eagles first and foremost.
Yeah, and I'll probably still cheer a little bit for the Eagles. I mean, I've like I said, I've become a Philly sports fan myself in that regard. But.
I think fans who haven't played, definitely my own wife, like there's I mean, listen, we are still Cleveland sports fans. I still cheered the Browns on, and I did it my entire career. Like, I'm always rooting for the Browns. There's a slight conflict when, like, the Eagles play the Browns every 4 years, maybe if they ever go to the Super Bowl together, but that would be the only times. So it's not like there's some insane rivalry with the Cleveland Browns and Eagles.
I hear you.
So I can be fans of all three teams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
in my mind.
It's
still Eagles here. Like, it's Eagles.
It's got to be, yeah.
Then, until you retire, it's Chiefs. The moment you retire, it's probably Browns, then Chiefs.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
But either way, those are the top three, for sure. And then Bills.
How about that?
Coming out of nowhere. Dude,
what?
They
Something
they
about
lured
that lake,
me in.
man.
I'm telling
Something
you.
about that lake, dude.
Dude, they were so nice. And
yeah, they were nice to you.
Dude, they were so nice. I know that you guys saw, maybe on social media.
We were in a hostile environment. I didn't expect it to be nice.
I'm just saying.
Didn't expect it to be that.
I mean, it wasn't like they were nice, but like they were still ribbing you, but that's like to be like expected.
Yeah. Yeah, you want a hostile environment.
But I still, we were getting buffalo wings at the Big Tree Inn. All the Buffalo fans were just excited for the game, and everybody's being nice, and everybody that works there is being nice to us with the wings. And we're having buffalo wings for our first time in Buffalo, so it's like a freaking like almost like a, not serendipitous, but like a I don't know. It's just a unique experience, right? You get to have something that originated someplace. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, you're part of it.
Yeah, I think they're an easy fourth at this point.
Nice. From Analyzing Taylor. All right. When Jason is ready to talk about it, I'm interested if he's going to shed pounds in retirement since he won't have to maintain the caloric intake needed to play O-line. I was blown away by seeing Alan Faneca. Yep. Alan Faneca after playing, and he's running marathons, dude.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Dude, what?
Dude, I don't know how Alan's doing it, but like I'm not running on pavement. I tried that already with the 5K.
Touche.
Not going to make a living doing that. My knees are already messed up enough. But
there have been plenty of O-linemen that have kind of chiseled it down.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna slim down. My goal is 250 right now. Well, this last week I got down to like 285 because I knew I was doing this.
Yeah.
And then I had cake like 3 days in a row. So
there you go. That's nothing compared to what
you're right. It wasn't just cake though. It was like I've been.
You had a lot of naan last night.
We did. Yeah. Well, not naan.
Cracking.
It was oh my gosh, what is that called?
Bread?
No, it's not pita.
Dude, the only thing that thing was missing was some marinara sauce and some fucking
something with an L, like
some mozzarella and some
lavash. Thank you.
Yeah, whatever it was delicious.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, listen, you're not going to beat Zahav, so.
All right now.
So there's different ways to do it, right? Like, I don't personally subscribe to doing extreme diets, like, going all the way vegan or all the way carnivore or like keto. My man Joe Thomas lost a bunch of weight. It's all keto, and he showed me his plan, and I'm like, dude, more power to you. But fuck no, I'm not doing that. Joe
looks fucking great.
Yeah, he looks fantastic, but it's not worth to me doing that. The
happiness you get from going over to Rita's and just chugging through those things.
Like I can't do it every day, but I'm gonna still do that occasionally. So I downloaded like, MyFitnessPal and just start tracking calories, and I feel like as long as I maintain my protein intake, so I keep my muscle, and just kind of limit the calories, you'll start to lose weight. So that's the plan.
This guy's got a plan in place, and when Jason Kelce has a plan, it's fucking done with.
That's right.
And that was No Dumb Questions, brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go, Sports Bar. Before we wrap, we do have one special video message for you, Jason, just to, end this thing with you bawling in tears.
All right,
because what's more
I
special
know that
than
guy.
A lot of people reached out to the show wanting to share their congratulations. Let's take a look at those messages now.
I'm so proud of you. Such an honor being your teammate. I'm so excited about what's next for you. As always, great speech. Everyone loved it.
I'm sure you
got
did.
Some great
With a
laughs,
grin.
some tears, everything in between.
Oh my God, you finally did it. Congratulations, fellas. Unbelievable career. You've always been an amazing teammate, an amazing friend to me, man. I really appreciate you. I can't say enough good things about you.
Just wanted to say congratulations on your retirement. Thank you for being the greatest teammate that I've ever played with.
You're one of the few teammates I ever had that was younger than me and I actually looked up to. It's the guy you are, man. The way you lead with your heart, what you see is what you get. I really think you're one in a million in that way.
There are three words that come to my mind when I think of passion, legacy, and underdog. It's been a long, great ride, and I've enjoyed every moment that we've been able to share on that field.
Jason, congratulations on your career. Hell of a run. Wish you the best on this new chapter of your life.
Truly incredible career, man. I definitely do not miss lining up on the other side and having you point out exactly what blitz we're running, exactly where the pressure is coming from. You're too smart and too athletic. You don't get to have both. You got to choose one.
From one girl dad to another. I'm super excited to watch your next chapter. 2017 still haunts me.
Just the leader that you are, the competitor that you are. It's been a blessing just to watch you, do your thing. Congrats on such an amazing career.
What a joy and a pleasure it's been to watch
Dude, no
you
way.
compete,
Big
play
country.
the game the way you did all those years. Just wanted to congratulate you on a wonderful career.
Hey, Jason, congratulations on your retirement from the NFL.
Congratulations on your incredible football career.
You did it the right way. You were a great teammate.
You did it at the highest level, and you did it for a long time.
One of the great players at your position. So it's an honor to compete against you.
And I have great respect for you, for the way you carry yourself on the field and off the field. Jason,
Diesel.
One, I knew you was going to do it. Two, my brother, great career. Love you, love your family.
As a diehard Eagles fan, man, it's
Chuck.
been fun watching you all these years. Not just the football, your personality, just watching you and your family. Thank you for the Super Bowl.
Look at all those kids down there at the Combine trying to be the next Jason Kelce. Good luck to them. It's not going to happen. Good luck to you, Jason. Congrats, man. You deserve all the accolades. What an amazing career. Now go enjoy being a dad, husband, full-time.
Welcome to my life. Let me tell you what my life consists of. Nothing. Pick up that paper. I know you've never done that before. You have your wife fix your plate, make your own plate, wash your own dishes. You take out the garbage now. Welcome to my life, buddy. You have converted yourself into a regular man.
Sitting in the stands at the Lincoln, Philadelphia, watching you run out of the tunnel for the first time while hearing your name announced over the stadium speakers. I felt this vast wave of pride that came over me, knowing that all your hard work, determination, and persistence paid off for you to realize your dreams.
Well, I imagine the prospect of retirement can be a little daunting, fear of the unknown and all that. I have no doubt that whatever it is you do, you will be successful. Because frankly, son, you don't know how to do it any other way.
I've had the privilege to travel to the most amazing places.
The city of Philadelphia will forever be proud of the young man they adopted back in 2011.
I hope you're working on your pickleball game. I know we were talking a little smack about it. And also your beer chug game.
Nick, yeah!
Still got it.
I'll never be able to get so famous and not change at all. Please don't change, bro. I love you. Thanks for everything.
And I wish you nothing but the best in your next life, brother. So thank you. I'm honored to call you a friend. I'm honored to call you a teammate.
I just want to congratulate you on your retirement.
You're already killing it on your podcast with your brother, your mom. Everyone's involved in everything.
Good luck in the next chapter.
Exciting things ahead for you, pal.
Wish you the very best for the new beginning.
Go ahead
Bobblehead, get that gold jacket fitted.
Me and Bo are going to need 2 tickets front row Canton.
Give your boy a call sometime. We can hang out.
From now on, you have 0 excuses not to come fishing.
We're going to get out on the ice together soon, or at least crack a few beers, man.
I'm ready to roll whenever you are, buddy.
Wait till I'm done with my job before you try to take it, all right?
Don't come take my job. All right. I like what I'm doing. Don't steal it.
You're going to be stealing money on television at some point.
Good luck to you and whatever is next to come. I know you'll be great at it.
Watching you living your life to the fullest has been the most fulfilling part of my life.
Jason, congratulations on an outstanding career. Kudos, dude. And go Birds.
That's pretty awesome.
Congrats, big guy.
Thanks,
you deserve
guys.
it, man.
Thank you.
You want to close this thing out?
That wraps up another episode of New Heights. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube to the New Heights channel so you know when all the new episodes are coming out. We'll be back with a brand new episode next week. Listen, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Once again, New Heights presented by Wave Sports and Entertainment and brought to you by the all-new Experience Smart Money Debit Card. That's right, the debit card that builds credit without the debt. Get you one. Follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with 1 S. And thanks to our production and crew, always making us look way better than we are. And to the 92%ers for tuning in, we love you. All right, enough of crying. We'll see you guys.
I used all my tears up. I'm sorry, man. I've been crying all week.
I got.
You're catching
clips.
up. You're just catching up
clips
now.
Everywhere. I got unlimited ammo over here.
That was awesome, guys. Thanks for sending those clips in. Look forward to being able to hang out more.
There we go. Peace. Let's go sports bar.
Yeah!
In your face.
Knew we could do it.
In your face.
All right.
For all you doubters.